What's going to satisfy your life? What's going to be the thing that you're like, yes, I knew I had the potential to do it, and I went out and did it. What's the number?
We could flip one mobile home without having to renovate a house or anything like that, and I can make twice as amount of money in half the time too, versus like a big rehab or something like that. So the focus is just kind of like, how do I gain clarity on that active income that I can sustain over time that can continue to grow?
How do you? So let's talk about this for a little bit, because I think I think it's really interesting. I have a buddy that loves flipping mobile homes.
Yeah.
Jeremy Thornburg, my old disposition manager, loves flipping mobile homes. One, I think it's a budget thing, right?
True.
You can get into them for usually about 60% of what a house would be here if it's on a big piece of land here in Maricopa County.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't have to have as much capital out of pocket for a down payment. And then he gets the hard money loan. And then the rehab isn't in the, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 range. It's closer to like the, $30,000 range. But isn't it, I mean, I feel like the pool of buyers looking for that is a lot smaller. Is it riskier?
My demographic is different than here. With Florida, I mean, comparable median home prices are very similar to Florida. But the thing is more people are buying manufactured homes there on land than anything else. Like, I mean, it is affordable housing. So when people in a very populated area seeing values skyrocket year after year after year, what are they looking at next? It's a manufactured home. The thing is, we're not talking about some junker 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot single wide on some random lot in the middle of nowhere. These are 4-bedroom, 2 baths, 3 baths, 2,000 square feet, 2000 builds or brand new, right? That's yielding a similar profit and price and remodel as single family.
Similar cost?
Everything across the board. It's very similar. So we just did end of last year, we did our most expensive mobile home ever that we've ever done. And we put about almost 90,000 into it. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. It was beautiful. Tile floor, LVP, quartz countertops, the works. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,300 square feet. It's a big mobile home. But it's on 2 acres and it sold for, I think this one was $350 or $360 that we sold it for. We picked it up for, I think, $160,000. So it's very comparable to a single family home versus just trying to slap a remodel onto it for 30 grand, for mica countertops, just very simple, cheap materials.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like into that entry level, almost spec home type of thing with modular homes.
How did you pull on the thread and find that this is a niche that you wanted to go after, mobile home flipping?
I was wholesaling them.
You were wholesaling?
I was wholesaling them to the buyers that were doing it all. And I was seeing the profit that they were making. And then I'm like, well, how many did I do last month? Well, okay, I did 3 single family homes and then there was 4 mobile homes, right? So it became a thing where it was like an easier, almost kind of a barrier to entry. The clientele that you were working with, it's just different. It's like it's kind of almost like you're dealing with land, mm-hmm. where they're just not really attached to it as much, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of people that were just willing to just dump these properties. So as long as they were the right location, the right generation build, or if we could remodel one, not putting a new unit, we could remodel one that we could just sell to an FHA buyer, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet on a 1/4 acre lot. Money. Right there at the.
What do you mean generation? Because this is really important.
Generation of the year that it was structured.
Right.
So obviously, like there's the 1976 cutoff, 1976. It's actually like 1976 and a half cutoff.
Okay.
Because I've heard of stories of people buying them in the early years of 1976 and they can't get the financing and insurance like they can in the other half of the year. You get into the 80s.
Wait. Let's stay on this for a second.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very important. This is This is like such a important rule for people to understand about mobile homes on land.
It is.
1976 is the cutoff.
Yes.
It's a cutoff of what? Explain it.
Financing. I believe it's for government-backed financing.
Right.
And then insurance.
Which is all the financing. I mean, it's a lot of the
when
financing.
You're talking about the biggest pool, which is government-backed buyers.
Right.
Yeah. It's FHA buyers. It's things like that. So the older you get, it's just like the crappier it was put together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go back in the 70s, you can get some double wides, but man, they're just falling apart. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So we started figuring out that our buyers of the deals that we were wholesaling wanted 1980s and newer. So we started doing a lot of those, but then it just kind of kept drifting up as the years went on to when they were like, we're not doing anything past 1990s. Like I had some of these buyers that were buying 3 to 5 of them a month. Why are they moving to 1990s and above? And it was because of the financing issues and insurance issues in Florida. So I wasn't buying a ton of them until just the last couple of years where I was buying them myself. And now we're just sticking 1990s newer, better engineering, better for the financing. The banks like them better. But you still have other issues if you're not selling them. If you're refinancing them, there's
what's the percentage of deals that you are the manufactured home deals versus just traditional single family houses?
Half.
50-50.
Yeah.
And how much of your business is flipping versus wholesaling?
I would say it's 50-50 right now.
Really?
But it's coming down on flips and going more wholesale. And we've been doing that, but we were ramping up flips the last couple of years because I mean, if we got them in the right area, the right size, the right, the whole thing, they were just selling faster.
But you started with wholesaling?
Yes, 100%.
And then you went to flips.
Yes.
Was it like what made that transition? Because a lot of people think, oh, wholesaling is the gateway. It's freshman year. And then sophomore year is flipping.
Right.
And then, junior year is building your portfolio. And senior year is, maybe multifamily. And then college is this whole other, development and lot splits and all these other things. Is that the way that you thought about it? Or are you just like, I'm agnostic to it. If it's a deal, it's a deal. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
I definitely wasn't thinking that. I made multiple 6 figures wholesaling before I flipped my first house. All I knew was wholesale.
Why flip?
Because I got
You're a glutton for punishment. That's why.
For sure. I just was itching for it too.
Yeah.
But it was the next thing. I mean, because how I got in the business was through Cody Sperber. Back in 2017.
Wow. Yeah. Clever investor.
So all I knew was wholesale. And the next thing was what? Flipping property.
Sure.
Flipping first property. So I just knew that I needed, and at the time I was broke. I needed to wholesale, learn the business, learn the things, the ins and outs. And then I was just itching for that next thing. And that was, all right, let me go get my teeth cut on my first flip.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
How'd it go?
It went good. I think I made about 30 grand. So I didn't make as much as I actually wanted to, but it was a little 3-bedroom, 1 bath house, block house, like 900 square feet.
Yeah.
Flooded. Had a pipe burst during the remodel after it was already completed. So we had guys over there with towels and, dehumidifiers and the whole thing.
Yeah.
All the problems, of course.
What were you making on wholesale deals?
I mean, all over the place, to be honest. Well, my first couple of years, we did just anything we could possibly do.
Sure.
Like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. And then we started doing less deals, more profit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then I was just starting to find the right ones in the right locations that I was comfortable with taking on. Because that's just how I kind of made that transition.
You started cherry picking the big winners.
Cherry picking the best winners, the best locations.
That's what we've done. We'll pick out a few. I always get tricked into it by my team. They always are always like, oh man, it's usually the 1990s or newer,
right?
Or 2000 and newer. And it's cosmetic with, a little bit of the mechanical, maybe
roof
it needs
and AC.
That's it.
Roof and AC.
That's exactly right. We don't have basements here. We don't have a lot of flooding issues here.
Yeah.
And so I always get tricked into doing these deals because like you, I think that you do a bunch. There's something that is so exciting about getting a deal and assigning a deal and doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the first 20 of those, you're like, this is the greatest life ever.
Yeah.
And then this little monster creeps into your brain that goes, this is boring. I want to do something exciting. I want to go and I've watched HGTV. I've watched Joanna and Chip Gaines. Yeah. I've watched these shows where they do all these exciting remodels and it's so creative. And I want to go and I want to do these things. And then I get into it and we make the same amount on these flips as we would if we would have just assigned it, except for it's 6 months later instead of, 30 days.
For sure.
It should have been 30 days. It was 6 months. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, the market's changed. Interest rates changed. The buyers now all want concessions. Yeah. The perfectly fine roof that has tile on it, the underlayment's 20 years old. So you gotta pay for that, even though the inspection's clean.
Right.
Because if you don't know if you're going to be able to close this deal. You want to get your money back out of it. It's a whole thing. And listen, I love flippers. I think that flippers are, that's who we sell all, most of our product to. Sometimes it's to the buy and hold guys.
Yeah.
But the flippers have a different disposition than I do.
For sure. Absolutely.
So how do you do it? How do you do flips and wholesale? And really what I really want to target in this conversation is what you're doing with the manufactured homes. Yeah. Because I think that that's unique. And I think it's
a niche for sure.
I think it's, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a faster cycle to get your money back, but maybe not.
It's kind of the same, but it's more guaranteed.
All right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that I'm a flipper. I don't call myself a flipper.
Okay.
I'm a real estate investor. So as long as it makes sense and the leverage is right, and that's where I kind of put my focus. But the thing is I'm only focusing on that particular buy box.
Right.
Right. So now the biggest thing is days on market and just knowing location. If it's in this location and in this market, I know it will move. It's just facts. And then just sticking into what the buyers want. I'm not doing these oversized houses. I'm not doing second homes, luxury homes, anything above the median home price. These are FHA buyers, first-time buyers, right at the cap median price. So I don't go over it. So, and depending on location. So one location might be the median home price is $450,000, where another area is $250,000.
Sure.
So that's the major thing, is not going past it and just kind of really staying in that area, that gray area.
It's a discipline.
It is. Cause I see it a lot. I get stuff. Oh, buy this, waterfront, oceanfront property for $1 million or whatever. It's worth $3 million.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but it's just not for me.
Guys,
that's more riskier.
We're talking to Spencer Bishop here. He's out of Florida, Lakeland.
Yep.
I want to say Lakeview, but Lakeland, just outside of Tampa.
Yep.
That's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You're doing wholesaling, you're doing flipping, and you're flipping and wholesaling manufactured homes.
Yep.
How many years in the business?
Since 2018.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So still
you're
fresh.
There.
I'm just getting good.
I'm telling you what, 7-year mark is a huge, that is to me, people think it's the first year or the 5th year. To me, I've always thought it's the 7th year. I had a mentor early on say it'll take us 7 years to be a millionaire in this business.
Yeah.
7 years of hardcore grinding. And I get so many comments that go, that's ridiculous. I'm going to do it in a year. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. I would love it.
Right.
I don't want to say that you can't do it. I'm just saying the statistics.
Yeah.
I am telling you, I've been doing it since 2004. The statistics of it, because you're going to go through some lumps. There's going to be some times where you give all the monay back or a good 100%. Portion of the money back to the real estate heavens.
Yeah.
And they love it.
For sure.
But 7 years, that's incredible.
Yeah, I think that we're just honing in on the skill and where we're actually going to be able to start doing some damage with it.
What do you think's your superpower in this business?
Talking to people, for sure. I've had 100%.
GTP, baby.
I all the jobs I've had growing up has been people oriented. Especially like I was telling you, I've been to 4 different high schools. I had to make friends when I had no friends. What do you have to do? Talk to people.
Yeah.
So
Was that tough?
Very tough, but I was very optimistic.
What'd you do? You play sports? Were you in band? What were you doing?
I played football. Was my number one. That was my go-to. So, the community of, being on a football team and the whole rah-rah thing, it is real.
For 4 different schools.
For 4 different schools.
Oh my God.
So it got to the point where football stopped becoming the thing, but I still was stuck into, trying to make friends and do that whole thing where you just had to be outgoing. So all these jobs, I mean, I've done literally all these stuff. I've done concrete polishing in, a warehouse, to roofing, to lumping furniture for my dad as a mover, where I was paid cash at 16 years old. But I had to, you're handling people's stuff and you have to talk to them with care and, and they're all in all these different types of situations. Like I feel it just prepped me. Like perfect.
So are you still on the phones? Do you still talk to the property
usually
owners?
am closing most of the deals still. So I only have one other person. I've done, I think over the last 2 years, maybe year and a half, I've tried like the whole just commission thing, trying to hire just so I could be cheap about it, try to keep my costs down. But obviously with that, you have other things, turnover, you have other issues but the thing is, I've done everything myself. So I've tried to maximize my potential myself before, all right, let's go take on this investment of hiring someone that is actually worth 3 of these other people's salaries, right? So I've kind of flipped it a little bit. I think I've tried to learn a different way. I have learned a different way. But now it's to the point where I think I've capped myself, where it's like, all right, you're transacting, you're doing this, you're doing everything. It's like now we can really start elevating the team, because I've only needed one person to
Who do you have?
So I just have one person that literally just does all my like TC work, admin stuff, following up with title companies, just all the little stuff.
The income servicing work, not the income producing. Yep.
My time needs to be closing somebody that's in a real situation that needs my help, and I know how to give them the options because I've seen this play before.
And how many deals a year?
We'll probably do 25 this year.
Awesome.
So we're not crazy, but I mean, like I said, this is with one other person that's not doing like deals with me. They're just doing like admin stuff.
Right.
So I think probably within the next 6 months to a year, I would like to see that close to being doubled.
Average deal size?
Average deal size probably around 15 for assignments.
300K.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You get to keep most of that.
Majority. I mean, I keep, because I've been investing a lot into creative deals too. So ever since 20.
Yeah, but I mean that's keeping it. What I mean is like you're not spending money on staff.
Right.
You work with us on PPC, but you don't get over your skis there.
Right.
So you're taking a lot of that home.
Yeah.
It's underrated. I just, I've been talking to a lot of people, Spencer. I've been talking to some incredible real estate entrepreneurs that over the last 2 years have simplified their business down. They're almost doing, you're talking about like ramping up. They're actually pulling back.
Right.
They love the hunt of finding opportunities that are unique, that nobody's really going after. They don't want to go after the tired landlords or the driving for dollars or the vacant list or the, code violations or something like this or whatever. They want to go after, tax defaults that are owned by people in different countries.
Lower hanging fruit,
but really tough to get a hold of the people. You have to go through maybe 5 or 6 steps as opposed to just 2 steps of just pulling it from, incredible tools. There's incredible tools that'll give you the great list to go after, and that's smart, but they're going more quality. They're really honing in and they're doing more of their time on the research. Now they're not going, hey, I'm not going to talk to anybody and just stay in the research, because you could lose that way big time.
Yeah.
If you're just staying in research mode the whole time.
Yeah.
But what I mean is they're doing research on, okay, it looks like this person has passed away. That's why they're behind on taxes. Who else in the family, who can inherit this property, or who is supposed to inherit this property? Do they even know about it? Right. And so they're getting laser focused on those deals, doing less deals, less responsibility.
Right. Bigger margins.
They go on month-long vacations and they don't have to report to anybody or responsible for anybody. And they close, and the average deal size is well over 50,000.
Yeah.
You have 44 doors with 100,000 each in it. So you're a multimillionaire.
I mean, I don't even.
On paper.
Yeah, on paper for sure. Yeah.
How's that feel?
I already knew it was going to be a thing. I just was
well, you have to. If you don't believe it beforehand, it's never going to happen.
Right.
Right.
I always believed.
Why? I mean, you went to 4 different high schools. It's got to be difficult to keep long-term relationship. Do you have scar tissue for that? You know what I mean? From like having to like get ripped out of all of these relationships in this most pivotal like
yeah, I think it's the
time.
Grit. It's the grit. It's the fortitude. It's the willingness to push through when odds are against you.
Yeah.
It's I thrive when my back's against the wall. Like so, I thrive.
Sure.
Like, but when I was working before I was a real estate investor, I was a truck driver, and I was a right-hand guy. I was making like $85,000 a year, 1099.
Yeah.
So I thought I was making a lot,
sure,
but I actually really wasn't.
Right.
But the thing is, I was capped, and I was capped at like, all right, this is good, but like, even if I was making double right now, it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
So like, that's where my mindset was of like, I need to go find more. And figure out like where I would kind of be able to lay, where all my friends are going to college and have, 4-year degrees and pilots and the whole thing, where I'm like, I just like, I want to skip that stage. I want to but I want to find out what really fuels me. Right. And I just could not figure it out until it just kept leading back to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything. Low barrier to entry, not having a college degree, having literally no experience. Wholesale real estate, so that's how I got in.
Yo, what's going on? Spencer Bishop here. I am a TTP client of Brent Daniels, and I have closed over $230,000 in my first year of doing PPC ads, and my guy Jesse has been killing it as my manager, and I really appreciate him and the team. These guys really have taken care of me, and you should do the same. PPC ads, SEO is where it's at and the longevity of your business, and I just can't thank these guys enough. Appreciate you.
What's the most that you'd spend on a flip for
purchase?
No.
Rehab. Well, I got one going on right now. It's 120. So I'd say I'll never
you animal. What are you doing? You're a psychopath. What are you doing?
I won't do that again.
Is that the gutted one?
It is. It is.
Oh.
It is. Yeah.
Oh.
But
give me the numbers on it. Give me the start to finish. Let's do a deal breakdown here.
I bought it from a buddy of mine that lives over here. It literally lives here in Phoenix, but I know him because from Michigan. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Prime, like very trendy area. Old duplex, super old. It's like 1890, which is very common in that area.
Yeah, sure.
But it had the guy was still living in the property. Seller was living in the property. It was a wholesale deal. He got it under contract for $125,000 or $120,000, and it had a new roof, new windows, and a new furnace. And it needed to be flipped. I was like, well, what's the ARV of this thing? Well, ARV is $340,000. So I'm like, okay. Well, would I hold this in my portfolio? Yes, it's right area. So we bought it. The only way we could do it was buying it on seller finance. I thought it would be the best way to do it. So I set it up.
How did you get the lead? It was your buddy?
So
what does that
a buddy
mean?
of mine, he was wholesaling in that area. He sent me the lead to buy it. And I said,
he didn't have it locked up?
He did have it locked up.
Oh, okay. So he was trying to assign it to you.
He was just trying to assign it to me.
Sure.
Just make a buck. And he's like, yeah, I'll sign it to you for $10,000. I said, I think this is a deal, but I think we're going to have to go back and do seller financing. So we went back to the owner and we're like, we'll do your price at the price you wanted, which was whatever, $120,000. And we'll do principal only payments for 2 years at, principal payment. So there's no interest. So I know that as I'm rehabbing this thing over how long it's going to take, whatever, that payment is actually going down on the principal.
Mm-hmm.
So we set it up. I think it was like $500 a month payment for the first year. And then it went up to $1,000 on the second year.
Mm-hmm. With a balloon after 2.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Balloon after 2, which gave me enough time to get in.
And he was fine with that.
Yeah, totally fine.
Why?
Well, the come to find out, it's his original family's property.
Yeah.
And he was living in it. The thing is, it's a duplex. He had a family member upstairs that he couldn't get out. So he's like, you guys deal with that. You got the property. I said, no problem.
What kind of family member? Like a cousin?
Who knows? It was one heck of a cousin, I'll tell you that. So we took it on, assumed the tenant.
Yeah.
I closed on it, did the eviction, had everything out on the street. I mean, it was like 4 dumpsters. I mean, it was a lot, but we did it.
In Michigan.
In Michigan, yeah.
And you live in Florida.
Yeah, but I grew up there, so I know that area.
Yeah, but you live in Florida.
Yeah, but I have connections, and I know GCs up there and the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's a little bit, I'm not going in blind, I should say. So I walked the property.
Literally every red flag alarm is going off in my brain right now.
I'm sure. Yeah. But so
did you have to put anything down?
The wholesale fee, which is just the 10 grand.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. There was no down payment to the seller.
And the seller's only getting $500 a month.
Correct, for the first year.
For the first year, and then $1,000 after that.
Right. So the principal balance was like 120, and it'll be like, I think it was 101, something like that.
So the purchase price is 120 on this thing. It's worth 320.
340
fixed up.
340
fixed up.
Currently, and I think it will be a little bit more. It's just a really good area, so it's just appreciating like crazy. But the rents they go by the bedroom up there. So he had one unit, it was like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and the other unit was like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I'm like, no, let's make this a 2-1 and then make this a 4-2 so I can maximize my rents or whatever. So we've done a ton to it. I mean, new plumbing, new electrical. I mean, the whole works. I mean, everything, completely doing it. We just didn't have to pull permits for a roof, windows, or I think there was one more thing I could have sworn the furnaces were new or something like that. But anyways, so we all had just to do what was left. So
$120,000 worth of what was left.
Yeah. The biggest, I think it wasn't necessarily the rehab being an issue for me.
Right.
It was more of the city, dealing with the city and the inspections, the timeline with everything.
Sure. Now, are you throwing $120,000 of your own cash into this? You raising it? Okay.
Yep, I raised the money, private money, as a partner. Private money partner basically brought the money to the table for 50% of the deal. We're splitting the deal. And then I have a GC on it, and then I'm just running, basically subbing everything out.
Got it. So 120 owed to the guy.
Yep.
Owed to the seller.
Yep.
10 to your buddy.
Yep.
130.
Yep.
120 into it.
Yeah, I think by the end of the time, like by when we're done, we'll be 120 for sure.
So we're at 250.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it on at 340.
Yep. And we're doing a cash out refinance and keeping it. We're not selling it.
Or you're not selling it?
No.
With a 50-50 partner?
Correct.
Cash out refinance, how much?
75%.
Of 340?
Of 340.
So that is, how big of a loan is that? That is, well, let's say it's 225 at 300.
It's 255.
Right.
So it's gonna be close.
So you get no money out of this.
So yeah,
except for the money you got into it.
Right.
Right.
But now I have 2 other duplexes down the street too that are cash flowing. So, and that was one of the major reasons why I bought it. It was like, I have others right around the corner. Like, and I'm essentially in the deal for $0.
But you don't need any of that money for living.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct. Yeah. And then these things, I mean, it will pump.
How many hours did you put into this deal? Real.
This one?
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. But like, I mean, it was different work though for me since, I'm not there.
Right.
So it's just more of like getting, having everything set up on a Google Drive where they can, I can see photos and I can see invoices and I can see all the permits and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then a buddy of mine that I've known for decades is the GC. So like, I trust him too. He's built a couple houses for me and stuff too. So like we understood the construction for it.
Yeah.
But obviously we got a little over our skis as far as the rehab goes, but I mean, it's going to be beautiful. It'll be a great asset for us.
But you own it with a partner.
Yeah, I own it. This one with a 50-50 partner.
And with that partner, is there an arrangement at which you guys sell this? Is there an arrangement at which somebody buys somebody out? Or are you married to this partner for the next 30 or 50 or 100 years
Well,
or
we
whatever?
own multiple we all own multiple properties together.
Right.
So, I mean, we have a plan and a JV agreement that states that we'll do whatever's best for the asset.
Okay.
So,
But that means nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But meaning we have both of our intentions are to keep it because we want to hold in our portfolio. So we want to hold long term. So we don't want to sell, but we will look at, like, our intentions are looking at 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And we'll do those analysis on those timelines.
Will you please just put something in writing that says at X date, we will decide if we want to keep doing this together or sell it? Because I am telling you, to every single partnership that I have ever seen in this business, there is a moment where they break up, and the divorce is ugly because who gets what and who deserves what, and I get this and I get that, and then I don't like it unless it's your wife.
Totally, it's understandable.
Unless it's your brother. Unless it's like even that's tricky.
For sure. I mean, we go
Life
into
changes.
it looking at even if they pass away.
Right.
What happens if they pass away?
Right.
You know, I mean, our JVs are very outlined. This isn't just generic slap, fill in the blank type of JV. But no, I totally get that. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
You have to be aligned.
Sure.
With your partners.
Yeah.
We've done cool stuff with this partner.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're onto something, but yeah. I get what you're saying for sure.
I just think that it's respectful to everybody's life. Everybody has life changes. I think you look at it from a professional standpoint, not an emotional standpoint. Right. And I speak from personal experience with this because I bring a lot of emotions into business, and just having partnerships, it's always, that's been the issue. Is people's life has changed, or the market goes crazy. Somebody needs some money. Somebody's spending more money than they should spend, or somebody gets a better opportunity and they want to liquidate their money. Yeah. And so things change, sure. And so being stuck in with partnerships, people just go in with eyes wide open.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I totally
and set up something that every year you review the portfolio and say, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
What you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This one we definitely want to hold, but I really don't care. Like, I'm not attached to these things.
Cool.
And a lot of people are, and it's hard not to be sometimes. But it's more of a parlay game for me. I know where I'm going and what I'm trying to do, and some Duplex is not gonna do it for me. But for sure, we want.
Where are you going? What are you gonna do? Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah, with the cliffhanger. I want a sizable portfolio. Is what I really want. I want to build wealth. Is ultimately what
you already have it. You already have it. What are you talking about? You can liquidate your properties right now. You could probably be net after taxes, probably $1.5 million. You could put that $1.5 million into the NASDAQ or to S&P 500. It'll grow at 7 to 10% a year forever. You could keep wholesaling properties right now, and in 20 years, when you're a young 52, you would have, I don't know, $5, $6, $8 million sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan. I mean, we can do more. We can do more. We're just trying to find the right vehicle.
So what's going to make you happy? What's going to satisfy your life? What's going to be the thing that you're like, yes, I knew I had the potential to do it, and I went out and did it. What's the number? Because there's a number. There's 10 million, there's 40 million, there's 2 million, there's 7 million. Like, what is that?
I guess it would just depend if we're talking, like, what are we talking, like cash flow? I think more of a cash flow standpoint for me, like getting to like a net
Yep.
50,000 a month is like my first major
goal.
Within the next 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal. All these houses and these single families, little deals and things like that are just, it's learning for me. That's it.
Sure.
So if I want to take my entire portfolio, wrap it in a bundle and 1031 into something, you know, and keep that train going, like that's what I want to do. But I like to diversify. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, be in one multifamily, big 100-unit building or something. I don't want that. I just want security, meaning, okay, leverage all these single family homes and stuff like that, get into some really cool, manageable mobile home parks that are, you know, affordable housing in the right locations, but also diversifying into some apartment buildings too. But stuff that's easier to, on an operational standpoint, manage too, or having an on-site manager, but not getting above my skis. I'm not looking to get into, you know, a 200-unit building or anything like that. I'm really maximized like up to like the 80-unit stuff is where I want to go, which will pump out, you know, on average, one of those properties around 50 to 80 units will pump out around 15 grand net a month. So how many of those do I want to get is what I'm trying to do. So
50 grand a month.
That's my first
net lifestyle, living off money,
sushi money.
That's mailbox.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's just learning on all the small stuff.
Sure.
You know, and I think it's more figuring out what I don't want to do than what I do want to do.
Right.
So I already, you know, have an idea.
Well, you said clarity's the word of the year.
Yeah. Clarity, I think, is just getting rid of a lot of trimming the fat.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's it.
Trimming the fat of different options you can pursue.
Yeah, because there's so many options, man. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. It's just so many. There's so many options and things to do, but they don't even know what they want themselves.
Sure.
So then they get into wholesale. Well, wholesale's not for me. I don't want to wholesale. Or they get into rentals. Oh, rentals is not for me. Well, then what do you want? You know, if you could find out that first, the road and pathway is right there. But if you're trying to...
It's tough to know without tasting things.
Right. And I think me being able to get in the right communities with the right mentorships and things like that, I've just
100%.
been getting those golden nuggets,
100%.
those major mistakes that people have made.
Well, you get to adopt the failures.
Yeah. Which is
you get
everything.
What is it? You get all the learning without the scars.
Right.
Yeah. It is huge. I mean, people... It's even in probably, you know, the greatest book that changed my mindset, the Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Part of that is the Mastermind. That was written in the 30s, the 40s. I don't know. I'd have to Google it. Somebody can put it in the comment section here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Mastermind has been around that long. That's how important it is. It is huge.
Right.
It is huge that you are around people that are doing more than you. It is huge that you put yourself in rooms where you feel like inferior. You feel like super uncomfortable.
That's it. I remember there was a mastermind that I paid for. I think it was in 2022. You had to make $500,000 to make it to get to the breakfast. To even get into the mastermind.
Yeah.
And like, I just was like over the threshold and I'm in there. I'm like, can I even like afford this mastermind? You know, but the things that you think are your big problems are like dirt on the floor to these people that are where you want to be. And
they're no
it just
different.
opens your mind. No.
They were doing, I think it's one, they focused more, two, they worked harder, and three, they didn't do anything really stupid with the money that they got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the Hermosi thing where he's talking about, you know, rich people buy time, poor people buy things.
Yeah, it's true.
It is so true.
100%
and it is really tough to not have a poor person mentality if you didn't have all those things, or if you lost all those things and you wanted it back. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna go bananas. I'm gonna get the coolest shoes and the coolest clothes and the coolest haircuts.
That's gross sales.
Yeah,
that's gross sales. You know, it's like in the beginning, in the first few years, like, oh, I'm wholesaling. I made $100,000.
Top line.
You're just learning that it's top line. It's nothing.
No.
So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, awesome. Great to have you on here. How can people get a hold of you?
Social media. Instagram, that's my number one. Spencer.bishop_. Eventually I might have to pay that guy that's got my actual name handle there. But yeah, you can definitely reach out to me on Instagram, see what I got going on. I just kind of more of like the day in the life stuff of just what we're already doing.
Yeah, it's
Mobile
awesome.
Homes, flips, single family, getting more into the multifamily stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on here.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Appreciate it.